All right, so let's talk value a little bit between the 4x4 and the 6x6. And the reason why I have the 6x6 upside down right now is to be able to show you what it has in terms of accessories that the 4x4 does not have, and explain a little bit the difference. So it happens mostly on the left-hand side of the truck. So the hydraulic tank, the 4x4 doesn't have. The urea tank doesn't have it either, and the toolbox it doesn't have. So the toolbox is $17.99 US. The hydraulic tank is $32.99, and the urea tank is $62.99. So that's a fair bit. Obviously, it also does not have one axle here, and it doesn't have the box there. So my values were correct. I did mention $369.99 for the 4x4 versus $899.99 for the 6x6. But there's also something else to consider. There's surcharges on both trucks. This guy is $170, that's 170 US again, to ship due to the weight, whereas the 4x4 still commands an $80 surcharge. So overall, these three items there, so we're not even taking into account the additional axle, the links, etc. That alone is just over 170 US. The weight, you add an extra $80 on top. So I can understand the weight. I have been told by a gentleman called Patrick Marquis. So Patrick Marquis, for Anglophones, he runs a website called STCRC.CA. So STCRC.CA. I'll put that in the comments below. Which is he's the number one, the reference for cross RC vehicles in Canada. He carries other brands, RC4WD, etc. Actually, I got those trucks from him, as a matter of fact. Fantastic service. I would highly recommend him. But long story short, he was telling me that the hydraulic tank is the same as the ones for their actual hydraulic model. So this guy is not hydraulic, but the tank is sealed. It's designed properly. It's a real tank. That's why it commands a relatively high price. In terms of electronics, this guy has an RC4GS transmitter. I wish it had the RC6GS in case you want to add a winch or other stuff. It just makes more sense because it has the 6-channel receiver, so the R6FG associated with it. So I don't understand why RC4WD didn't just go with the transmitter that could take advantage of all those channels, especially because the price of those two transmitters the price difference is not huge. Then on top of that, there's a motor, a 35-turn motor that's in there that you don't have in the 4x4, and a bunch of servos, at least one, two, I believe 2 servos, probably, I don't know, 25 bucks a pop. It's and a bit of wiring. That's really the big difference. And obviously, well, there's the bed there, which is all metal. And it's incredible how this thing is built. It's really high quality. But long story short, this is more than twice the price of this guy before you have it shipped already. So in terms of value, I do get it. I think it is warranted. It's not really obvious when you look at the truck on videos or pictures, but once you see the links, the added axle, the extra level of complexity, you're getting what you pay for, and it's a full truck ready to run, whereas the other one is missing bits and pieces. Now, a couple cost savings could have been done. The tank didn't have to be sealed. There's absolutely no hydraulics there. You're also paying for a spare tire. I forgot to mention that. But I do think the price is decent. I'm not going to call that cheap. It's an expensive truck, but it's decent. in terms of what you're getting for the money. We'll talk a little more about value once we cover the HG models. So that's why I have them on the table. And we'll also do a comparison with the Lisu, or not sure how you guys go about the pronunciation for this. I call that Lisu truck as well. So it'll be interesting to see if they compare favorably. In terms of stats, so I ran a few numbers there. The weight of the 4x4 is 7.2 pounds. This guy is less than half the weight of this guy. This guy is 14.9. Now we have to remember that it comes with electronics, the motor, etc., but it's more than twice the weight. What's interesting though is that the max load is the same, and that is 22 pounds. And that doesn't make sense at all. This guy can take 22 pounds easily on the back. The suspension system is designed for it. It's plastic. It'll regain its shape. No problem at all. This one here, forget it. As a matter of fact, I already have a kit to double up the spring, the leaves here. It'll never take it. I mean, it'll take it for a bit, but you'll end up, having a truck driving like a lowrider after a few rides. I don't understand why it's the same the same rating. It doesn't make any sense at all. So 22 pounds for both. I would not recommend that you do that. And this guy, by the way, is its future is going to be not a tow truck, but it'll have a hook, to be able to tow trailers. But that's why I'm going to strengthen the suspension here. I will also add a dually wheel setup there from RC4 drive. What else do we have? The total, the load total mass, I guess, is 37 pounds for both trucks. Then again, that still doesn't make any sense because of the suspension system. And even for the 6x6, it has the leaf system, the metal leaf system at the front, exactly the same number of leaves as the 4x4. Granted, the weight is at the back, so I'm not, I think it'll be spared a little more, but you got to be careful with those trucks. The front, I believe, will be a little more subject to breakage than the rear. So that's about that with regards to what you're getting for your money, where the extra money went, the value, and the the metrics, if I can put it this way. All right, so we'll move on to another video.